Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day you think it is in your world. I want to come to y'all today with a couple of questions that I need somebody from the church to answer. And I mean it. Y'all comment below what the answer is. So y'all, let me explain something. I used to smoke Newports and weed before my granddaughter was born. I used to smoke cigarettes before my daughter was born. So with my daughter, once I found out I was pregnant, I could no longer smoke anymore. Okay. So then my daughter got up into some age and some situations happened in your life where my daughter was not home at 15. It was many nights, I'm telling y'all, I stayed drunk and high because I wanted to numb that pain of my child being gone. People say, your life changed. My life literally changed, y'all. I can't tell y'all about how many times me and my kids got evicted. But me and their daddy was going through it. I mean, we always found our way back to each other, but it was just something about their daddy that nobody can understand. In the neighborhood, niggas are still mad to this day. And I'm gonna say niggas because they ain't got nothing going on with their lives, so they're deceased. Would whisper in my ear, let me take you out. Mind y'all, I was 15 and 16 and having men twice my age liking me. Not just because they thought I was cute. Let me let y'all know on the secret. Back in the days, I used to be cross-eyed. Yeah, all them people that make jokes of people that I go one way this way, that was me. But let me tell y'all what happened. So I changed doctors one time and I started going to the hospital for my prescription for my eyeglasses. Because I've been wearing eyeglasses in and off. Vision ain't never been nothing. They was just trying to fix one of the muscles. The older I got, it got worse. It used to be in one eye when I was little. Then it became two eyes. So it's called strabismus. So I had cross eyes. One of my eyes this way, one of the eyes that way. So as I was going from my hospital, eye doctor's appointment, the eye doctor said, hey, have you ever heard of strabismus surgery? I said, no, what's that? And she said, where we straighten your eyes out and stuff, and then we cut. I said, but I'm to understand if you have this surgery more than once, you can actually pop the muscle and the muscle will remain and the eye will be all the way in the corner. And he said, yeah, that was back in the days, but now we have so many good technology that we can go in if we see it pop and immediately put it back. You just have to come in to the eye doctor. We'll do the procedure right here in the office. I said, huh? What? What you mean? She was like, yeah, I got one open Friday. Man, y'all, it was a Wednesday. I said, how's this gonna work? She said, well, let's think about it like this. I'm gonna work on one muscle in each eye. So the first time I had inner surgery, where they took the muscle from the insert and made it smaller, and I would wake up and one of my eyes would do like this. And then if I keep looking in the mirror, it would just automatically go right here. So back in them days, I was like, how does someone like fat and cross-eyed all the time? Y'all call people like that like they couldn't get a man. I can tell y'all how many niggas was after me. And it don't change the situation, y'all. So anyway, getting back to my journey. So once my daughter came back in my life, she was pregnant. So I gave up all that chaos that I was going through. I told God, if my child came back, if this happened, I would do this. But he didn't prepare me to her coming back and being pregnant. So again, that was a challenge. on my head. I had to cut out the drinking and the smoking and all that so I can be better for my granddaughter. And then I went a step further, and I done had a couple of surgeries that failed. And today I'm here with just, I can't even, I'm going to tell y'all what happened today anyway. So I'm saying that to say, people sometimes think it's God who steps in. I believe it, because had not God stepped in and shake me, I would not be who I am right now. Because I got the dilemma, and I really want y'all saints to chime in on it anyway. So, again, wasn't smoking, wasn't drinking, this, that, and the third. So, granddaughter was born. As y'all know, I went through a little situation with my daughter. When that situation was going on, I am telling y'all, I was running 6 miles a day. I was walking up and down the street 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I could not stay still because it was hell in my house. It was hell at my church. And I was walking up and down the street acting like hell. But y'all want to know something? I gave away about $300 in 20s to niggas who were standing on the street around the pandemic. And I told them, I say, my money come with conditions. I say, what conditions? I say, I guarantee you, if you don't do right, jail or hell is where you're going to lift up your eyes. And the kids thought I was talking scripturally, and I was talking mentally. You're going to be in hell if you kill somebody on the street. Or your family gonna be in hell because they got to live without you. Make a change. Please make a change. And that was my conversation with them. And by golly, about the next week, on a Monday, I went to go get my hair cut, and I would look, there was nobody out. Then I said, God, what's going on? So I had $100 bill, and I was on the bus. And back then, she was running me through the ringer, so I started smoking cigarettes. No weed, just cigarettes. So it just was so chaotic in my personal life, in my marital life, and everything was just chaotic. But I was running, and all that time I was running, I was getting sick and sicker, y'all. Just sick and sicker. Like my body just, I dropped down to nothing. But it wasn't because God told me to get up and run. It was because I used to get up 3 o'clock in the morning religiously. Like 3 o'clock, no alarm, I'm up. And I did it for years. So I'm saying to y'all, if I can ask a question to these people, okay. Now knowing this, and all the surgeries that I've had, and me going back and forth, and, denying myself or saying, if I do this, that's a sin, okay? I got a prescription for Percocets. I got a prescription for Oxycontin. I got a prescription for Flexeril. Any kind of pain med, I got a prescription for it. But if you run my name in a database, you can't even see the last time I got a pain pill. And y'all talk about why they won't give black people the same thing that they give white people and just put them on the meds. They do, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm one of them. I can walk in and tell them my back hurt, and they know I done had 2 failed back surgeries. I got this, that, and the third, and the third, and the third, and the third. Yes, give it to her. And I said to myself, one day I was sitting here, I say, these pain pills ain't working for me. I got to tell these people, and these people went through the process again. Okay, we done tried Percocets, we done tried Oxy, we done tried Flexeril, we done gave you we done gave you Lyrica, we done gave you all this stuff. Cymbalta. They gave me a whole, and pain medicine, morphine when I'm in the hospital, or Dilaudid every time I go to the hospital. I can literally tell the doctor what pain meds I want when they say, what's my pain level? And the doctor can know my pain level ain't nothing to play with. If I'm comfortable, if I'm scared, my body reacts different. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So, I haven't had injections since 2017. I'm on my coffee break. My son took me to the Starbucks. Anyway, so pain levels are always 9, 10, 4. Numbers are always when I'm walking, talking, or doing anything. I was chronically sick, running 6 miles a day, putting a lot of pressure on my knees, the skin holding down on my joints. I just was suffering. So, I had weight loss surgery, so that's why I say I'm advocate for weight loss surgery, because if you're a weight loss surgery person, you really do have mental health, you really go through it. If the doctor slides you through, and I believe they slid me through, but God was in control of that. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, so my pain management doctor has been my pain management doctor since 2000 and, I want to say 15, 14, 15, around that time. And I had one, she left, and then I got another one. But the hospital that I go through, which is University of Chicago, I love it, I can go and see one doctor, and then my pain management doctor would see my name and be like, I want to monitor. If you're going to talk to her, we want to see what your analogy of her is, and we want to see how you can make her feel less pain. He used me, and I was okay with it, because at that time, I was battling so many things in my life. It just was so much. But y'all know what? I always had a heavy plate. My plate has always been heavy. So even now that I'm older, I can't ask God to tie up all the things that He's given me that I refuse to use, regardless of what y'all think. Spiritual awakeness is one thing, but playing with people's souls is a whole nother. And I would rather stay on nobody's side but God's side. I'm cool. I ain't got to hang out with your church members. I ain't got to hang out with your saved folks. Because truth be told, what I'm finna tell y'all finna put me in hell real quick. Again, I don't really care. But I just want to know what the saints, or the saint ain'ts and friends, as they say, or the people in the back, y'all come forward with some answers. So, my pain management doctor has known me for years. He has treated me for years throughout all my surgeries, either the anesthesiologist that I know or him, because he's an anesthesiologist. But he's training. University of Chicago is an educational class. So my first pain management doctor, it was a lot of people, and I started getting shots in my backs and in my hips. That was the first lateral, they call it a block, pain block, or a tap. So anyway, so none of them worked. So we came up with the decision to buy me a 10, which means that it sends currencies up your spine and then all these pressure points to help you normalize your pain. Okay, so that never, okay, my y'all, I was running, I was sitting on my tailbone. I'm 5'9", and I was 167 pounds. Whew. Because I went from being 401 pounds to 167 pounds. Do y'all know I was wearing a size 3, 4 extra small? Are y'all serious? You couldn't tell me anything. Because what I was going through, my pain management doctor, my psychiatrist said, you plan on running and stuff, and that's what you're trying to do, relieve stress? We need you to have somebody with you. I said, wait a minute. My husband's not here. He lives in New York. My son, he has a job. My daughter has a job and a daughter. Neither of these people can help me. What do you mean? He said, well, you don't need an emotional support dog. You need an actual service dog. I said, why do I have a service dog? I said, oh yeah, because your blood pressure, it doesn't regulate this stuff. Your body does not respond to pain like others do. And I said, oh, is that why I don't have a problem giving birth with no pain? My tattoos, they didn't really give me no pain. And a lot of people look at my tattoos and they be saying, what? You sat there for 2.5 hours and let this man draw on you. You didn't went to this man 4 or 5 times, sent him to work on the same spot every 6 months? Girl, no, that means you be done healed up. And then he just gonna break open all them scars, make them deeper, make them richer, so forth and so on. Okay, so yeah, I can stop it with the tattoos too, because I got a story about that. Got a question about those too. But anyway, here we go. So going to my pain management doctor, and he's tried everything, and he lets all the little people come in here and try to guess and think what they're gonna do for me. So I saw him today. But before that, I saw his attendees when they told me I had to go back because I was having abdominal pain. And I'm having abdominal pain drinking. Drinking water, y'all. Not drinking water. And I can't eat. So I'm on a soft food diet. But I'm on soft proteins, not carbs. That's how come I'm keeping my weight to be healthy. Anyway, so they do their assumption, and then they notice that I haven't had injections since 2017, and they think they have a different drug that's going to help me, and they're going to try to zone everything in combination. So, but before I even got to the point to say yes, he gave me a prescription. I think it was maybe about 6 months. No, it was in October, so it's almost going on a year. That he said to me, I want you to do something for me. And I know it's kind of like off, the spectrum, but have you tried medical marijuana? And I said, what is that? Medical, I'm thinking marijuana is the stuff people buy on the street. What he talking about? He said, medical marijuana is geared toward certain pains. And you might want to go that route. And I said, okay, you want me to smoke weed? He said, no. It's more safer if it's edibles. So, my question to the church is, even though these edibles got THC in it, but I ain't smoking weed, is that a sin? My doctor recommended it. He told me it's okay. I would rather you be on marijuana, medically, marijuana, than to come back in here and we give you Percocets and you get addicted. And I said to myself, wait a minute. People call weed the gateway drug. So I don't want to be stuck on marijuana, y'all, and then I go to crack or I excel to something else like fentanyl. But then again, y'all know what? I've been taking fentanyl a long time to go to sleep, y'all. I can pull my anesthesiologist records every surgery that I've had since 2015. It has all been done at the University of Chicago. All the procedures that I've had done, all done by the same circle of doctors. Is it a sin to tell your doctor, I trust my surgeon, and although they slay me, yet I trust him? Can I say that? Y'all, help me. Because this man done went in me like 5 times, and I'm still broke, y'all. Last year I spent 27 days in the hospital. Yeah, it's real. I'm still in pain. I'm still having the same needs, same situations, everything going on. But then y'all know what? The last time this man did surgery on me, he took back some of my weight loss because he said, you did it too good. I said, what you mean I did it too good? You did it too good. I said, wow, that's real messed up. Is my son? Anyway, so y'all say marijuana is a sin. But if it's going to stop my pain, can I still take it? Church folks, people in the back, I just want to know. Yes, I'm Christian. Yes, I have no problem. If I need to go back to smoking weed because I can't afford y'all medical marijuana, I don't know what to do, y'all. I just want to know. Do I go to hell for having edibles? Because the doctor today, he gave me shots in my hips, he gave me shots in my stomach, and he gave me shots in my back. So, today, I asked him, so if this doesn't work, can I call you and get my pain meds? He said, sure, Miss Pino. If this doesn't work, you should know if it's working by 24 to 48 hours, you should be feeling better and better, at least 2 or 2. I said, okay. I said, but remember, I'm seeing the GI doctor. He said, when? And I said, yeah, I'm going to see the GI doctor next month. And then he said, yeah, because if it's something internally, they need to know. And we need to know they have a better scope on how to treat you internally instead of addressing the pain. I said, yeah, Dr. Malik, that makes sense. But guess what, y'all? The doctor wants me to go out of this 4 group. The doctor said, I need some fresh eyes. He said, the doctor said, I need some fresh eyes on this case because maybe there's a more different approach that we can use that can help her. But in the meantime, all we gotta do is put in the computer, so forth and so on. And if I wanted a dog, because we live in the state of Illinois, there is a law, regardless if they told me no dogs, because I am disabled and I medically need a dog, she has no choice and she can't evict me. I'm protected. Okay, so anyway, getting back to that. So, can't have a dog, don't want a dog, don't want the responsibilities of the dog, but want a dog for emotional support. Hey, somebody I could walk up and down the street with, y'all, get in the water with, have fun. I want a dog that I can have fun with. I don't want no baby dog. A baby dog is fine, but I want a big dog, really. I actually want one of each, little one and the big one, so they can play with each other. But anyway, neither here nor there. Could y'all help me in the church? Because I'm a little confused. Because nowhere in the Bible, it tells you not to take modern medicine. Because modern medicine is keeping you alive due to your diabetes. And your metformin is keeping you little. And this Ozempic and all this stuff that's making y'all thinner, now y'all regular people want to get on it. Let me tell y'all something. Everything has an after effect. And your consequences can be the after effect. I'm telling y'all. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm changing myself. I don't care if y'all like it or not. I'm changing myself. But I'm changing myself for the better. Because at the end of the day, I don't care about y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate you. If you listen, if you watch, if you laugh, if you cry, if you say to yourself, she makes some valid points though. Because if my grandmama had cancer and the doctor told her she needed to smoke weed so she could eat and keep her weight up, and she thought she was going to hell, and so she dwindled down to nothing, man, I would have got my grandma she'd have ate some gummies. On God, if y'all had told me that was it, I would have bought my grandma. Some people, grandmamas are on the gummies. Some of y'all dogs on the gummies too. I love an Americano. Starbucks is the queen. I'm telling y'all, be yet steadfast, immovable, always abiding in the word of God. But when you ain't got no questions about what the words say, how am I going to approach this situation? Because right now, my pain level was a 9 when I walked in. Right now, it's like a 7. But it's all on one side. Like when they gave me that injection on the side of my body, it's tingling. So this might work if we can do both sides. because this might be the answer. But he still says the same thing. I can't reduce your pain to zero. He said, Miss Pino, that is not realistic. And I was like, okay, cool, I understand. He said, but I want you to be comfortable. So we're going to see this through. And I have faith to see things through. But do I believe that this man has sustained me for years? Did a lot of things for me, and I didn't abuse what he did. I still don't. They can run my name and be like, this girl ain't had nothing since she was in the hospital a year ago. Oh, she ain't took no Percocet since her tummy tuck and her hernia repair. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. I done had some super duper works. And I didn't always come out liking the people in this circle. And to this day, I like them, but I ain't fond of the circle. I'm trying to seek out of the circle. And yes, it might be found out that something really is wrong with me. And it really is my circle's fault. Because they was all covering up for one another. But then again, who gonna take this case? Because this case is a he say, she say, no doubt. But these records that they keep in the hospital, I'm telling y'all, they write down everything they say. Everything. So, as I said before, because I'm not smoking it and I'm eating the gummies, is that a sin? Or would it just be better for me to just go smoking it and find it on the street? Because if you have one dealer and you only use that dealer, they only get their hands on a couple of strands. That you ain't out here buying from everybody. If you're going to buy street narcotics, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying I did it. Because I got records, honey. If I decide to go, I'm going to a dispensary. But in that process, I still want to know, do I get gummies or do I just get some weed? Because they do have medical marijuana in the flower state. It's expensive, but is it worth it? But like I said, y'all let me know, y'all church folk, if this is what you're supposed to do. Because if this is what you're supposed to do, I'm obey God and do what the doctors tell me to do, and I'll let y'all know the outcome. Be blessed.